As the conference finals start tonight, the West, the top two seeds, arguably a rivalry that could go on for 10 years because they're so young, talented, and they both got one superstar player. One's in his prime and another one's entering his prime already. Oklahoma City Thunder, the defending champions, who have just got two-time named MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, versus the up-and-coming, scary San Antonio, fantastically run organization Spurs, led by the alien Victor Wembanyama. Who you got in the series before we move on to the East?
I got OKC in 7. But, and there's a big but, these first two games are going to matter a lot.
I think tonight, especially.
Yeah, but these first two games are going to matter a lot. If San Antonio get split, I think OKC have to win every game at home, by the way. I don't see OKC winning in San Antonio. I feel like
I can see them winning in San Antonio.
I'm going everyone's winning their home games. But if it happens tonight and San Antonio do go in that building and walk them down, we're going to have a problem on our hands.
I think tonight's peak. OKC can't let San Antonio steal game one. For me, OKC, I still trust them on the road anyway. I've got no issues with that, but do not let them steal game one with the inkling, we're going to take game two as well. Whereas if OKC won game one and San Antonio took game two, you kind of think, even though it's not level balance, like we're going to get one at theirs in the same format or whatever. So, and Jalen Williams should be starting tonight.
Yes. Real key member for them. It's just because you've seen San Antonio slap them this year, you're like, okay, cool. I know it's regular season and I know they haven't been in these moments, but it's like you can see San Antonio is built for these moments. That organization has built these players for these moments. There's so much experience around them. It might not be actually on the court, but there's so much experience around them and on their bench. I looked at their bench the other day. They've got experience and veterans. It's like one of the only organizations that have proper veterans on the bench. So
San Antonio.
Yeah, you see, like I saw Harrison Barnes on the bench. I saw
and obviously Kelly Olynyk.
Yes, I saw someone else, and I was like, hold on, I might have to look at their bench just so
because I think they've only got like 3, maybe 4 vets in their whole squad. Harrison Barnes, Kelly Olynyk, who only gets minutes if they're blown out of team. Harrison Barnes will get some. De'Aaron Fox, he's experienced enough. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, I won't really say.
Bismack Biyombo's there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him, Olynyk, there.
Mason Plumlee.
Again, Plumlee as well. These are all blowout minutes from 4 or against.
No. You thought I was talking about people that are going to play. No. I want to talk about people that are going to play. I'm talking about vets that have been around the league that can really guide these young boys and they've been in these moments before. Do you get what I mean? Or been around these moments. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like vets that are going to come and help. I'm talking about Udonis Haslem kind of vets, these guys. You're going to sit there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what they got around the organization.
I hear it, but I also don't hear it because I don't feel like they're vets. The only one really, I'd say more so. I think Kelly Olynyk to an extent, not to take anyway from Biyombo, but I don't really. He's just a vet. Do you know what I mean? And then their main one will be Harrison Barnes. Do you know what I mean?
I can't call a man just a vet.
That's like saying every single vet is a great vet. Obviously, I don't know if he's a good vet or not. Do you know what I mean? But
there's not many vets in the league like that anymore, Joe.
They're there, bro. Kyle Lowry, Sixers, everything. We saw them still get swipes. Like,
but there's not that many, bro. There's not that many.
Even UD, his last 5 years, and he obviously, to be fair, the Heat did make 3 conference finals here and there. But it's just like, bro, like, I don't want to discredit the vetness, but I don't. Yeah. Harrison Barnes is the only one that can say, I've seen this in the championship run. Do you know what I mean? Because those other vets haven't had playoff runs.
Hey, look, they might not have playoff runs, but to stay in the NBA for as long as they've stayed in the NBA, they know the game and they know the playoff.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like most teams don't have people right now 33s and above.
You'd be surprised.
Unless they're stars.
Yeah, but that's even better to have those kind of vets.
Yeah, of course. But they have one of them. Do you get what I mean? Max 2. Golden State, we're just doing a bit of a nonsense with more. But anyway, forget about the vets thing. Let's go back to the game.
No.
Yeah. Let's go back to the game. I really, really believe tonight is going to be key. But as I said, if San Antonio do win game 1 and they get greedy, they'll get game 2. Do you get what I mean? So I think, this is more of an OKC game. OKC seem to come out of the traps flying today. And we will see from there, to be fair.
Because, again, as deep as OKC are, San Antonio can slightly match up with them, especially from a guard point of view. But then the flip side is OKC is probably the best equipped team in the league to somewhat stifle Wemby. You're not going to stop Wemby, but stifle him. Because even though Wemby, when he sees Chet on the other side, he's like, I hate you for no reason. But again, Chet is one that could cause him issues on both ends as well, because he's only a few inches shorter, and then Chet can obviously shoot the 3. We saw how great he was in the Lakers series. He was arguably their player of the series. And Hartenstein can comfortably move his feet. He's strong enough as well to hold Wemby. He's a 7-footer. You're not going to stop Wemby, but they can throw different things like Jalen Williams. Even he can come in, stretch the floor. Like he's obviously not a tall center, but again, he can shoot the 3 as well. So, because we've seen Hartenstein be like at the top of the key and then just make a bounce pass. Chet's
great
just
big man passer. Great big man passer of the ball is.
Exactly, and he does it to Chet a lot of the time as well. You'll be like, Chet, how'd you come underneath the rim and then boom, dunk? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're the one team that can potentially throw 1 or 2 things at Wemby. I won't be surprised if Caruso marks him at certain points, because they always seem to put Caruso on the tallest guys of opposing teams or strongest guys of opposing teams just to bother them for a slight bit. He done it against the Nuggets last year on Jokic. Did it against the Lakers with LeBron. Like, we've seen these kind of instances. So
good hands he has. He's good hands. So he's always focused on he's not focused so much on their body and the contact. He's always focused on the ball. So that's why he's throwing them off, and they're expecting to be able to raise up. And when they're raising up, his hands in the cookie jar basically, and he's taking it. And next thing you know, OKC easy points. And turnovers will be big. Turnovers will be big in this series because we've seen.
Against Minnesota, there was moments San Antonio's turned over the ball a lot. You can't do that against the Thunder. Nope. They're the one team, their turnovers is pick sixes. LeBron even said it on his pod. Like, bro, free safety, pick 6, boom. Like, and we've seen OKC go on these runs where, oh shit, it's a 15-2 run in 1 minute and 45 seconds, and you're like, houseway. Do you know what I mean? Turnovers. But then they're facing a team that can match them, and we saw how well Stephon Castle was in the closeout game against the Timberwolves, going 32-11. Like, you're leaving him to shoot. He's the one that not the best shooter out of all their young stars, and I think he's been over 40% in that series or so. San Antonio they got dogs.
It will be the most interesting series I think we've seen in a long time. And it's slightly, I don't want to be disrespectful to the East and say this is the NBA Finals. Like, in the NFL, we knew what the real Super Bowl was.
And in the Champions League, we knew what the real Champions League final was.
No, we didn't, because when we did it, you're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit there, and everyone's gonna be crying their eyes out, and I'm gonna be celebrating. But like we knew before, I don't want to disrespect the East, because if they do get the Knicks, I feel like whoever comes out and gets the Knicks, it's gonna be a problem. Or the Cavs, regardless.
Yeah. They'll be the favorite, but the Knicks could cause either team issues.
Yes, 100%. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. But yeah, I can't wait. Be a good series.
Yeah, I think this could be a potential matchup for a decade where we're like flipping hell, or them have a stint where it's just a old school Lakers Spurs, LeBron versus the Warriors.
Yeah.
But them being in the same, I think they might be even in the same Pacific division as well, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and obviously again, Shai winning MVP. If he goes back, if they win the finals, if they get there, a lot of people that don't like Shai, I'm sorry, he's better than a lot of players that have either retired or calling it a day if he goes back to back and wins the chip. So
yeah,
like
you know,
it's because you're not on Twitter, but there's a lot of Shai dislikers. They're like, oh, some people are like, oh, they should change the MVP or make a best player in the league award. I was like, that'll be even worse. Like, just accept Shai for his greatness. Like,
yeah,
he's the start of this OKC run. He came there when they were bad, and they built the team around him, and he's elevated each time. It's like, bro, you might not like his style of play, but he's still gonna be greater than a lot of greats.
110%, 110%. You can't knock greatness, and you know, as much as, but you know, we know people love to hate on greatness. So you know you're great if there's haters. If no one is hating you, you are doing something.
Doing a good
job. Yes, exactly that.
You're not doing a good job. Because I just said to people, I was like, bro, if Shai continues on this current trajectory, what can you say, bro? Like, right now he has 2 MVPs. He's got a Finals MVP. He's 27 years old. He just needs a few more of either of them. Like, he's super efficient, and he's right now the most efficient player of this generation.
Yeah,
and he's a great scorer, super
and he's
scorer.
got a great team around him.
Yeah, but the great team part is where they tried to diminish his thing, and I'm like, well, everyone had great teams. Other people had Hall of Famers.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Look, they're on this great run. They'll have to obviously figure out in a few years how they manage it, and then things will change. But while they're on the run, you run with the run. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's why the Spurs need to put an end to it right now.
Yeah, it's true.
But if they go back to back, it's going to be scary hours. The East, the Cavs, fair play to them. They won in Detroit, and they won handsomely. I said that series is going 7. You said it was.
I know you did, but I said whoever wins Game 5, the series that's who's taking the series.
That part, yeah. But I just thought this series was going 7 because Detroit, they've been winning home and away. They're Fugazi, but the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell finally makes his first conference finals. I feel like he's one player in particular. He's had shaky games or not so good games this playoffs. Then he's also had great games, but he deserves it because even with Utah and then with Cleveland, he's been a great. Again, I think you said on one of the episodes, at one point he was 4th in points per game in NBA history in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, he always showed up, but his teams won't deliver. And like, now his team have actually helped him. Like, they've got the players for it. Like Mobley and Jarrett Allen, they were superb last night in that sense.
Yep.
Harden, not so much, but it's just like, bro, Cavs, first conference finals without LeBron, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, finally. And they've won two 7-game series. Fair play to them.
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. I've felt like Detroit were interesting. We spoke about Jalen Duran's performance and that sort of stuff. So we kind of knew what Detroit were kind of doing. If K, and now all it was is if K doesn't have a good game for Detroit, they're going to be in problems. And we saw it. K didn't have his worst game. Exactly. Worst game of the series. And you lose by, I don't even know, 25, 30, near enough. You get blown out the water.
31.
Yeah. You get blown out the water. So Detroit need to look at themselves for the upcoming season and see what they need to change. Try and get people more playoff ready. Cade's a superstar, so you know you've got your superstar for the next 15 years, but you need someone to come and pair with him properly. There's superstars available. Giannis, trade for Booker. I don't know what you want to do, but the Cavs were Yeah, trade for Booker.
But they should think. I don't think he'll leave Phoenix, but flipping out.
See, you know, hey, if any NBA GMs need us, the pod is here. Contact. But yeah, the Cavs. Yeah, great achievement. Obviously, I felt like last year it was a missed opportunity because I felt like last year. Were they not the one? They were the 1 seed in the East last year.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like last year was more of a missed opportunity for them. I know they had injuries towards the back end, but they had a missed opportunity. This year, they've come through it all. They made the trade, James Harden trade. They said, "Oh, that's going to put us over the edge." He didn't play well at points, but he did play well at points in the series. So he's added something to them. They've got a step further than they did. So yeah, and for Donovan Mitchell, he deserves this. Like you said. Long time coming. I want to see him perform in these conference finals, even if they don't get the win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want it to be like Stephen A says, don't let it be your fault. I don't want it to be your fault that they lose games. So go out, put your best foot forward. The Knicks are a tough test, but it'll be interesting. I feel like another long series coming for these two teams. And yeah, be good, be real good. East is interesting. I don't think these two teams are going to win the finals, but I feel like this series, Knicks versus Cavs, is going to be a good one.
I mean, the Knicks are currently on a historic scoring form and battering teams form. Obviously, you're playing not to diminish the East, but teams in the East will highly unlikely happen in that fashion in the West unless you're OKC. And the Knicks are super well rested because they've even had more rest than OKC, even though OKC are 8-0. Obviously, the second round started near enough the same time, innit? So, it'll be interesting to see how the Knicks start that game. I think I was seeing the minimum price for game one is $300 at MSG. It's just that.
Yeah, I was hearing floor seats 150 grand.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's insane. But just on the Cavs, their bigs, their front court played huge. They were huge, and Mobley and Allen, and that's kind of what you've been needing. Because again, like you said, last year they were the number 1 seed. Jared Allen was basically injured. Garland was injured as well. Mobley didn't really show up. It was Donovan Mitchell by himself, innit? Against the Pacers, and we saw the Pacers what they did as a team on their historic run. So, like, they're justifying why those guys have been paid, why they've been touted so highly, and stuff like that. And yeah, it's this Cleveland. This is for you. I really hope this series is a very good series against the Knicks. Again, we've spoke about the Knicks, how they're absolutely flying. I presume OG is going to be back, well rested.
Hopefully,
yeah. Brunson's playing great. Cat's playing superb. Like, he's been super efficient. He's not even scoring that much, but he's not having that much shots, but we're seeing him pass like a real great passing big man. Mikal Bridges woke up after his slow start in Atlanta, the final closeout game in Atlanta. He woke up and then he was great against the Sixers. And then the Knicks are utilizing their bench, their squad, which was an issue last year. Because they did have some players on.
That was a coaching problem. That was a coaching problem. You know, Tibbs.
Yeah. Yep. Because they did have some players, but it's like, bro, you're just playing every man 40 odd minutes. Like rest. Do you know what I mean?
That's a underrated factor of their season. That coaching change has really changed something. Do you get what I mean? Players know they're allowed to come off the court. They're allowed to say, I'm tired. There's more like leeway in the squad. And you can see there's depth. You can see everyone knows what they're going to play their role. When they need clutch time, we know where the ball's going. Cat's being more inside the paint than outside the paint in this playoff run, which I think has helped them a lot more. You're 7 foot something, bro. Get your ass down there and bang. You get pause, but you get what I mean.
But then when he is on the 3-point line, he's been, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like I saw Cat's nearly 50% from 3 this series. Because he's nearly 60% from the floor.
I believe, though, that is because he's getting down there more. So when he goes to the perimeter, they're like, oh, okay, cool. He's got more time to shoot his threes. It's not like, oh, I'm just chilling out here, so we're just going to guard you out here. Yeah. So I feel like I feel like him mixing up his game is helping him a lot. It's helping the Knicks out a lot. You had OG in the last series before he got hurt. I feel like he was their best player in the series
But
before he got
stand
hurt.
out
Yes.
this playoffs.
So there's a lot of positives coming out of the Knicks camp this season. And, you know, if the Knicks make the finals, we already know it's going to be a celebration and a show in New York. So it's the one you want to make it just because of the spectacle we're going to get. But, hey, it'll be a good series.
Yeah, no facts. And again, Cleveland have the offensive power to score. So that's where the Knicks have to watch out. Because if, again, Harden just needs to be a great scorer for 2 or 3. I think in this series, probably 3 of the games.
Yeah.
If the others aren't going to score well with Donovan Mitchell, you know he'll score. Do you know what I mean? But there will also be cause issues as well.
Yeah.
And then the Knicks, they can just throw bodies. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen even Mitchell Robinson, he can come off the bench. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's going to be an interesting one. I'd say the Knicks in 6 for that one.
Yeah, I'm going Knicks, but in 7. I'm going 7-game series all round.
Do you think the Cavs can do a third 7-game series in a row?
I think they're just, that's what they're going to do this playoff run. I think when it happens like that, it just happens like that.
Yeah. Boy, it's tough. It's grueling. But again, the Cavs, they're utilizing, like, Merrill comes off the bench, great 3-point shooter. Max Strus. Max Strus has gone better as a player in general, because before he was just a knockdown 3. I was watching his presser after one of the games in the series, and he was asked about like how he uses his body now and stuff. Like, I think he kind of saw the question a bit disrespectful or so, but he was like, yo, like, I work hard. I've gone stronger. I know my strength and stuff like that. Because you can see he drives with the ball in the paint now and stuff like that. So, and Tyson comes in. He makes contributions here and there. I believe his brother Jordan Tyson that got drafted in the NBA, in the NFL. Sorry. So
Schroeder.
Yeah, Schroeder. How can I forget Schroeder?
Yeah.
Like, got to keep up with his speed. Do you know what I mean? And he can fully play the point when Harden's out the game. When you don't need Donovan Mitchell to carry the ball and stuff like that. So, no, it's that. I hope it's a really good series. Obviously, the marquee series is the series in the West, but yeah, fingers crossed we get. Because I'll bang on, like I've been saying, and I think you've been echoing as well. We do feel the NBA is in a great place right now, even though the elite superstar names are at the tail end of their careers.
Yeah, the league's in good hands. The league's in real good hands, and it's being passed over to some real superstars and the right people. So, you know, losing, because we're going to lose LeBron. I don't even think we're going to lose KD for the next 10 years. The man looks like he want to play basketball to be 50. So we'll probably lose LeBron in the next 3 years. I feel like we'll lose Steph soon. And then all of our superstars that are in the game are just aging anyway. They're in their 30s and then slowly getting older. So I feel like we got the upcoming superstars in the Wemby. We've got the K's. We've got the Shays. We've got Jokic is aging out, so I'm not going to include him. We got Luka. He's still in and around the ages to kind of be in. And then obviously this draft is going to bring in a load of
Brunson as well.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about Brunson. But this draft is going to bring a load of young superstars. I feel like this draft coming up is one of the best NBA drafts we might ever see in terms of talent. So I feel like a lot of franchises that are down in the dumps right now are soon going to be back smiling. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But the NBA is in real good hands. So LeBron, as much as you've done your service, make it do your 25 years and sail off and enjoy the sunset, my brother.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Because again, these Final Four teams, they've all just got one superstar player.
Yeah.
Because you won't put Harden in the superstar player club anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could say star, Chet's still star adjacent, light star, like whereas the main guys, Shai, Wemby, Brunson, Mitchell. Brunson and Mitchell are 29, but do you know what I mean? They're in their prime. So
of course, NBA prime is a bit later and longer.
Yeah. But they're in their real prime, those are the ages when, if I'm not mistaken, it was the late 20s when, for instance, Jordan and LeBron, they won their first rings, I think, in year 7.
Yeah.
So, no, it's gonna be fingers crossed, and God willing, both teams are super healthy, because that's what we want to see, bruv. Like the best versus the best teams versus the best coaches versus the best